At least I'm fighting to hold on to my child, Louise. I'm fighting to hold on to the belief that Ethan will come back to me, but you're losing Sheridan and you're not even willing to fight for her, so how is that for a fact?
I was trying to work things out with Sheridan when Ethan called asking me to come over here and talk to you about handing over Jane, Teresa.
But Louise, you told me that you can't accept Sheridan's belief that Marty is your son with her.
Yeah, because of the facts. The DNA test proves otherwise.
What about just believing her, Louise? What about blind faith?
Teresa, I'm a police detective, okay? I have to believe in facts and proof. And your romantic notions about Ethan are destroying you much in the same way that Sheridan's fantasies about Marty are destroying her.
Well, you're insisting on proof. It's destroying you and Sheridan.
Focus, Teresa. I'm not here to talk about Sheridan. I'm here to get you to obey a court order giving Ethan and Gwen temporary custody of Jane.
Louise, if Ethan wants to be with Jane, then he can live here with us and little Ethan.
Teresa, Ethan is married to Gwen. They're staying together. You have to accept that.
No, I don't. He still loves me, Louise. Fate means for us to be together. I know it.
I can't even talk to you about this anymore. Give him Jane or suffer the consequences. But you know what? Ethan is going to end up with permanent custody of Jane if you're not careful.
But see, that's exactly what Gwen and Rebecca want, Louise. Once they have Jane, they're going to do everything they can to keep her away from me. This is what happened with my son. I lost him to them once, and I'm not going to lose my daughter to them, too.
Yeah, but don't you see by not giving up Jane, you are building Gwen and Rebecca's case for permanent custody?
I'm not doing it, Louise. I'm not handing over my daughter, and then it's final.
Well, I hope you'll change your mind, because if you don't, I guarantee you will be sorry. Teresa's pretty upset.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm just hoping she calms down, gets a clue, and decides to give up Jane.
She thinks I'm gonna take Jane away from her forever. I would never do that.
No, what about Gwen or Rebecca? Look, I don't want Teresa breaking the law, but I understand why she doesn't want to give up Jane. Now, if you were Teresa, wouldn't you do the same thing? What did you just say?
Luis.
Oh, now you're taking Gwen's side over Teresa's.
No, I'm not taking anyone's side.
It sounds to me like you are.
If you would let me explain.
Well, don't bother. I get it. You know, first you take your mother's side, even though her running off to Mexico with my father destroyed my family.
My mother did not force your father to leave.
Yeah, well, the point is, you know how I feel about Catherine, yet you insist on having a relationship with her.
She is my mother.
Yeah, and Teresa is my sister. And yet the minute my back's turned, you're slamming her.
Hey, I am entitled to my opinion.
Yeah? Well, what about loyalty? Aren't you and I supposed to be a couple? Aren't I entitled to loyalty? Or is this payback for me not believing that Marty is your son? Just answer me, Sheridan. You loyal at all to me anymore?
Luis, you are making a fool out of yourself.
Oh, so now I'm a fool?
You know what? I can't even talk to you when you're like this.
You just answer the question, Sheridan. Are you loyal at all to me anymore?
Maybe I should ask you the same question.
Excuse me?
When I told you that our son was alive and that Beth had him, you wouldn't believe me. But when you insisted that I turn my back on my mother, I did because I love you. But when I asked you to believe me about Marty and help me get him back from Beth, you refused because you said you needed proof. But for some reason, your feelings are good enough for me to do whatever you want, but my feelings aren't good enough for you.
God, Louise and Sheridan love each other so much. How can they argue this way?
So you know what? You can attack my mother. You can call her every ugly name you can think of, but I am never turning my back on her for you ever again because she believes me. She believes what I have to say about Marty, and she supports me because she loves me. But you know what? You can't do the same.
Sheridan, you've talked to Catherine?
We saw her earlier when we were in the park.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Is she okay? I mean, I've left messages for her, but she won't return my calls.
Wait a second. Wait a second. You've been calling Catherine?
Yes.
What the hell is wrong with you? What the... Here you are trying to weasel your way back into our house, telling her that you want to fix your marriage, yet you've been calling your whore? What the hell kind of game are you playing?
I'm not playing games, Luis.
Oh, no? Then why are you calling Catherine at the same time you're telling her that you want to work things out?
Martin.
I wasn't too timing you, Pilar. I swear.
Liar.
No, I was just checking in on Catherine to see if she was okay. I mean, we've been together for over 20 years. I couldn't just abandon her.
No? Well, you just abandoned us, didn't you? You never even called us once.
No, wait a second. Now, you know that I wanted to, but I couldn't because of Alistair. And Catherine was in the same position that I was.
Two of you make me sick.
You've made that abundantly clear.
Is Catherine okay? What?
Well, when I talked to my mother, I told her that I felt Beth and my father were in cahoots over Marty. She seemed to tense up, and I just got the feeling that she was going to do something rash.
Alistair. You know what? I have to find Catherine before he can hurt her again.
Wait!
I still can't believe that you defend the woman who has done this to my family.
It's over, Gwen. Luis and I are finished.
I cannot believe your father walked out on us again. He promised to be here for me and the children. At the mere mention of Catherine's name, he's gone.
I hate Papa and Catherine for what they've done.
Don't you worry about me, okay? I'll get through this. You focus on Sheridan. I'm gonna go check on Teresa.
Sorry I snapped at you before.
Sorry you thought me disloyal. But really, Luis, that is the least of our problems, because there is a gap that's grown between us, and it's just getting deeper and wider. I mean, you hate my mother. You're angry with me because I support Gwen in having custody of Jane with Ethan, and you refuse to accept what I know in my heart to be true, that Marty is our son. And you know what? We're reaching a point where we are just so far apart on so many different things. I don't know how we're going to be able to pull ourselves back.
So what are you saying?
I just wanted to let you know that I'm leaving Harmony tonight.
Tonight?
It's better that I leave now. I'm going back to Paris.
Paris? Why so far away, Sharon? Come on. How long are you going to be gone?
I'm not sure. Truth is, I may never come